Hi friends, Miss Sola here from Learn to Grow. I hope that you guys are having a nice morning. It's a beautiful day out here in the Pacific Northwest, perfect for a garden update as well as a little bit of harvesting. So I'm going to take you on a tour of the garden, show you what's growing and what we can harvest today. I hope that you're also having a great season and would like to know what you're harvesting this summer. So let's take a walk in the garden and we'll see what we get today. So we are on the west side of the garden. I always start out the tour on this side. These are all potatoes. Potato plants. I think I've got 4 beds of potatoes here. They're not quite ready to be harvested. As you can see, all the foliage is still green. So we're going to wait probably another 2 or 3 weeks or so and we'll check again. I think I planted a combination of Yukon Gold, reds, as well as some purple potatoes. This garden box is full of fingerling potatoes. I think they're the red variety. I'm not sure what the variety is called. I picked it up at a local grocery store. They sold seed potatoes that are organic and they're a very good price. So hopefully we'll get a nice harvest from these. I actually have a strawberry bed in here as well. These are one of them. We'll be getting more strawberries in the fall. The Everberry variety usually produces berries sometime in June as well as fall time, so we'll get another harvest of strawberries. Another garden box full of potatoes. There's also a trellis here. I planted some scarlet runner beans. You can see those red flowers. These flowers attract hummingbirds, bees, and as well as butterflies. These pods get really long, up to 11-12 inches, although they are not edible this way. You want to harvest the pods when they're pretty small, about 3 to 5 inches at the longest. That way they're tender. Once they get this big, they get really tough and stringy, so you can just let them grow until they go to seed, and you can save the seeds or even let them dry and cook them as well. So here's that part of the garden, and we're going to move to the south side, which is the backyard. So in this bed here are also some potato volunteers. I'll be harvesting today. I think they're pretty much ready to be harvested anyway, since I'm trying to plant a fall garden here with leafy greens. So when I go ahead and pull out the potatoes, whatever we get here. So let's take a look, see if there's any soil in this garden box. Is pretty loose. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull the whole plant, see what we get. Oh, looks like there's some. Okay, good. Nice size ones. These are the a type of a red fingerling I grew last fall. We had a bountiful harvest from this variety. Here's our small harvest of the fingerling potatoes. Not too bad. Some of them are pretty good size. Over in this bed here, we've got some green beans, the bush type variety. That's already growing. I sowed the seeds about 10 days ago, so this will be great for a fall harvest. And I originally had some Oriental snow peas here, which shaded the faba beans, so that's why they're so leggy. They're kind of falling all over the place, and they didn't do that well. There's probably only a few pods, so it looks like I'm just growing these for the seeds again. Next year I'll put them in full sun in early spring. They do prefer the cooler climate, so they do really well when it's cold. Not so well during the summertime. And these are some pods here that are pretty mature already. The pods are pretty filled in, so we'll just have to leave them and let them dry out, save the seeds. Okay, so the back side of the garden here, these are our herbs. As you can see, they're really growing. I need to trim them back, which I haven't gotten to. This is the lemon balm. It's huge. I think it's about 4 feet in diameter, about 4.5 feet tall. It's also going to flower, so you can see there's tiny flowers in there. And you know what, I have some ginger growing in here. I left the pot out about a couple of months ago and they're finally sprouting. I just want to see how they do out here. When it gets cold, I'll bring this inside, overwintering them. It's a beautiful plant. I just love the leaves, smells wonderful. Oh, and this little plant here is fennel, and I didn't get a chance to put them in the ground yet. Although, if you do grow fennel, you want to isolate them away from any other plants because they suck up all the nutrients. So they fight for nutrients and they retard other plants around it. So you want to plant this on their own, either in a pot or away from everything else that you're growing. This is chocolate mint. It's on the ground, so I really need to work on maintaining these. My oregano still all over the place with the flowers, so I'm going to be cutting all these back. More lemon balm that way, some French lavender. Oh, and I have the rosemary hidden here. So it's being shaded by all this lemon balm and mint, so I need to trim it back so I can get some sun. They do prefer full sun, so we'll get to that soon. Right here is one of the garden boxes that we brought from the west side of the garden. So we're doing some reorganizing on that side with the chicken coop as well. So we have some leafy greens that I sowed here, or the seeds, as well as some kale that made it from the aphid infestation. So I pulled a lot of them out. I usually grow them for the baby leafy greens, but we'll be keeping these and let them mature a bit for our winter garden. So they look great, much better than before. Also got some basil planted here and here. I think this one's a collard greens. And over in those corners, these are marigolds that I moved from the tomato plants that were shaded. So I just moved them this morning. That way they'll get some sun. And these are great to plant all over your garden. They deter a lot of garden pests as well as tomato hornworms. So it's a really great plant to plant all over the garden. Over here was our other potato bed. This one died back pretty quickly, just dried out. I don't think I amended the soil with enough compost, so I went ahead and dug this up earlier today. These are all Yukon Gold, and the potato plants are pretty much all brown. As you can see, they're all piled in there. So yeah, we did okay on this bed. I think I harvested probably about 10 pounds total from the previous harvest. All right, here's our garden trellis and garden box, and in the back there we've got some tomato plants. A lot of things growing here. I hope I didn't overcrowd this trellis, but we have watermelon on this side. This is the first time we're growing watermelon. We tried it last year and the plants didn't make it. We have a baby one. I'm very excited about this, and so are the kids. They've been wanting to grow watermelons the past 3 years, and we don't have a greenhouse, but it's usually cooler here in the Pacific Northwest. So, but this summer has been pretty warm for us, so it's been really nice. I hope we get a harvest or two. Oh, here's another one. Oh, how cute is that? I'm gonna have to put them in a sling so they don't weigh down the vine. Oh, I'm really excited now. I did not know there was another one there. I've only seen little tiny ones. Okay, here's another one here on the other side. Oh, I'm so excited. The kids will be so happy. So next to the watermelon are some cucumbers. Looks like they're, ready to be picked almost. I think this is an ever-bearing variety. The one I grew last year were a bigger variety. So we'll see how those taste. Here we've got some more scarlet runner beans. So you can see they're red flowers. Here is the Jack Be Little pumpkin. See, I can zoom in here. These are the decorative pumpkins. They're pretty small. The kids and I love to decorate them every fall. You can eat them as well or use them for decoration. Okay, here's the cucumber I grew last year. I forgot what it's called, but this is pretty mature. It's about 7 inches long and it's pretty big. I'm gonna go ahead and just twist it off the vine here. So we'll be harvesting some of these. I think there's more on the bottom. There's a couple. There's another one right there. So I'll go ahead and pick those as well. So that's what's growing in this trellis and garden box, as well as plant some bush beans here for our fall garden. And I think I had a cilantro that's going to seed, and there's some baby cilantro down there, seedlings. Next to the trellis we have some zucchinis. So there's some zucchinis here already. So here's one here. These are perfect to harvest when they're about 6 to 8 inches long. That's when they're most flavorful. Now I do let them grow big, a lot bigger than that, because I use them to bake zucchini bread or muffins. The kids love them. I love them too. I forgot about this one here. This one's huge. We're gonna pick this here. This is perfect for making zucchini bread, for baking. I'm gonna go ahead and twist it, so when you harvest your zucchini you can just gently twist it and it snaps right off. There we go, perfect. Oh my goodness, look how huge this one is. That's perfect. Here are the tomato plants. There's some tomatoes in there that we'll be harvesting as well. These are some heirloom variety. I don't remember the name. I think it's called Bonnie Best. So they don't get that big, but that's okay. That's perfect for our area here. Sun Gold, lots of Sun Gold tomatoes. These are the orange, sweet, kind of tart. One of our favorites. So more Sun Gold in there. Super 100s. Look at this bunch of tomatoes. That's beautiful. So we'll be getting some tomatoes as well today. I'm gonna finish harvesting and I'll show you what I get. Here's our harvest today. Some potatoes, tomatoes, cucumbers, and this giant zucchini. I cannot wait to make pineapple zucchini bread from this. It's really, really good. And some eggs. What a great way to start the day. Thank you so much for joining me today in the garden. I hope that you guys are having a productive season and enjoying your harvest as well. Have a wonderful day and happy gardening.